Hey guys, today I thought I would talk about some empties. This video is long overdue because I've got a lot of different products that I've run out of recently. Well, some recently, some over like the entire past season. So I'm just gonna go through these things with you, mention, if there's anything particularly notable about these products, would I repurchase them, how well did I end up liking them. So the first couple things that are just sitting here on top are a couple of containers of lashes. What I've been wearing a lot lately, these Salon Perfect 615s, and I actually did repurchase these. They are the lashes that look like this. They're very symmetrical. They're longest in the center and then shorter on the outsides. And then another pack that I went through, and this was mainly because I did some wedding makeup, so maybe one of these pairs was used on me, but the rest were other people, and they are the Kiss number 11s, and those are pretty much exactly like the Salon Perfect Demi Wispies. I've been wearing those a lot lately too. In fact, that's what I have on right now today, and that's that style that's a little more flared out at the end. So I guess both of these are things that I went ahead and bought again. I think multi-packs are a great value as far as false lashes go, so Walmart tends to sell a lot of those. Along with that, I've got some lash glues here. Yes, they get very like gunky around the top, especially this one. This got really messy, but the Revlon Precision Lash Glue, not sure why this one has a white top. They're the same formula, and I love this so much. It was a total like complete oversight on my part when this did not get included in my Revlon top 5 bottom 5, because this product is like my right arm of makeup. I love this kind of glue so much. Sometimes I don't even really think of it, I guess, as a makeup product. It's just like a daily tool that I use. And in case you're not familiar, these have a wand applicator and like a little brush tip, so I think that makes it really easy to get just the right amount of glue along your lash band. You never feel like it's overloaded, and it dries nice and quick, I think. So that is a total must-have for me. Got a few things I'm going to breeze through here quickly. The Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes in the Night Calming version. Really, the bulk of why these got used is because I was removing swatches from my hands, and I don't tend to use these pre-moistened towelettes a whole lot to actually remove my full face of makeup. I test them from time to time. I sometimes take them if I'm traveling somewhere, but honestly, it's just not my favorite way to remove makeup. Something that you won't see in this empties video because I just didn't save the boxes. They're kind of bulky, but something I definitely have gone through multiple times over are the Equate Daily Facial Cleansing Cloths. Those are great. They are dry. They're kind of like folded up, and you add water to them. They suds up, and they're great about removing absolutely every part of my makeup. But, I still try these wipes from time to time. These are the Cerave Makeup Removing Cleansing Cloths, ultra gentle. These might have been some of my favorites. They're very soft and very gentle on the skin, and I did end up using the rest of these to remove swatches from my hand, which sometimes the skin on my hand can become sensitive with certain wipes that I remove stuff with. Not that I would advise, paying for a pouch of face wipes just to remove your hand swatches. Like baby wipes can do that job too. But if you've kind of gotten past the point where you're going to actually use them on your face, they work well for that. They're very gentle. It says accepted by the National Eczema Association, and I sometimes have some eczema on my hands at different times, so that's nice to know. Some face wash cloths that I absolutely hated, and I really didn't enjoy using these to remove swatches either. The Burt's Bees Peach and Willow Bark Exfoliating Facial Cleansing Towelettes. These are very strongly scented, and there was kind of a sting with these. It says gently exfoliate, cleanse, and tone in one easy step, so I believe there was some kind of texture to at least one side of the wipe, and it was just not a pleasant experience. It was a little over the top scent-wise, like I said, and then who wants to feel a sting? And that takes me right into my face masks here. I've saved some of these. I didn't get all of my little pouches saved, but a couple of these from Miss Spa. These are $2 masks available at Walmart. I tried the Brighten one, and also I've used several of the Hydrate ones. The Brighten one didn't really do so much for me. It did give me a little sensitivity. I felt a little stinginess on my skin using this one. The Hydrate kind, though, is probably my favorite affordable sheet mask out there. I mean, the skin feels incredibly soft after you use these. They are paraben-free, fragrance fragrance-free, free of artificial dye, and I leave it on for like 20 minutes and then take it off and just kind of rub the serum in that's left over. And this is as good as most any like high-end face mask that I've used. So I love those. $2, can't beat it. Here's one I spent $5.99 on at TJ Maxx, and it's a Dr. Jart All That Lift and Firm. So this went all the... If I could stop about sneezing and burping. This is called a Hydrogel Expansion Stretch Mask, and it actually does hook back behind the ears. Instead of being one of those like super wet masks, it was like it had a thick layer of this sort of solid gel, like it wasn't transferring any goopiness to your skin. It's kind of like putting a gel insole all over your face. That's what I would liken this to. And you hook it behind your ears, and it does feel kind of tight. But I took it off and I was so underwhelmed. I didn't think my skin felt smoother or came away with any typical like sheet mask effects from this. And it does say it's good for wrinkles, loss of elasticity, large pores, and sagging. It really did fit the face well, but it was just, I don't know, $5.99 for a mask that I don't feel like gives me any really positive effects afterwards. Maybe for different skin types or skin issues it might have worked better. I got one of the e.l.f. Hydrating Water Sheet Masks. I know I talked about this in a video, but it reminded me very much of the Miss Spa Hydrate masks. So this was good. I enjoyed it, but it's just like $1, maybe, yeah, just $1 I think, more expensive than this, so I would still go with this. Went through a little container here of Bioderma. This was from my friend Norma, and I enjoyed this very much. I've kind of moved into my Garnier bottle that has the pink cap on it. Love that micellar water. Also, I sometimes use the micellar water at the end of the day that has the waterproof version, so that really takes away eye makeup well. I'll sometimes use that waterproof micellar water alongside the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Makeup like cream. That's a really good hydrating way to remove your makeup, but a lot of times if I'm just hopping in the shower, I'll grab one of those face wash cloths like I mentioned and just get it all off. Finished up this Nars Skin Total Replenishing Eye Cream. I have used this every single day for months now, and I don't know, there's just like a tiny bit left there in the jar. And this is a solid eye cream. I'm not gonna repurchase it though. I mean, it's hydrating, it's got a good texture, it doesn't ever feel like it becomes too much on my under eye area or interferes with makeup, like I can go ahead and apply makeup right on top of it. But I don't necessarily feel like it's doing anything for me that even a lower cost, just nicely moisturizing eye cream could do. For example, I like my Cerave eye cream in a little tube. I'll probably continue using that as opposed to buying more of this. Every so often I get some of these Almay oil-free gentle eye makeup remover pads, and I'll just use them sometimes if I have a little residue on my eyes that has surfaced before I start doing my makeup for the day. But anymore, I haven't bought these in quite a long time because I just end up using that micellar water from Garnier. Even just the pink kind go over my eye area. There's no sensitivity with that, but I don't think I'll be seeking these out again anytime soon. Oh, I found another brow glue. This is the Duo version of the Brush On Brow Glue. I didn't really love the consistency of this as well as the Revlon, but I did go ahead and use it up anyway. Oh, we got a couple skinny brow pencils here. I used up an entire ColourPop brow pencil in the shade Dope Taupe. You could probably see people with a lot lighter hair than me using this kind of product or this tone of product because it was very cool. I don't know if there's even enough. Yeah, there is enough for me to get a little swatch going here. It's like a very neutral but kind of light, cool tone brow pencil, and it has a little spoolie on the other end, and it was just nice for filling in those few sparse areas, and yet I didn't feel like I added a look of a ton of thickness to my brow. You know, it's kind of a fine line for those of us who have really dark, fairly thick brows to begin with, but it's just a few areas that you need to work with. Something like that can be nice. I also completely went through a Brow Stylist definer in Brunette from L'Oreal, and I really liked this, but I was surprised at how quickly I used it up. This was a great tone for me. It's a little darker, as you can see, than the one beside it, but very cool toned, and certainly reminds me a lot, both of these, of the NYX Micro Brow, the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's just kind of a matter of, you know, what brand do you like to buy from, what brand sells your proper tone. I know these brow definers from L'Oreal only come in like a few colors, so you might be a bit more limited there. But these skinny brow pencils, you can go through those pretty quickly. And I've still got like some different kinds of brow products that I've been testing and going through lately, so I'm not going to be in a rush to repurchase either of those. But I did especially like the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. A couple of brow gels that I used up. There's this e.l.f. Wet Gloss Lash and Brow Clear Mascara. That works. Milani has this brow shaping clear gel. That was fine as well. I would say my favorite clear brow gel, and the one that I have repurchased, is the NYX Control Freak. The reason why that one does edge itself out over others is because you pull the brush out and there's like no excess, so you never feel like the brow gets gooped up on, which sometimes that would happen with these. And it truly does hold really well. If you've got maybe very wiry hair in your brows, that might be a good one to check out, because some of these others, like, they can certainly do the job for me, but the NYX Control Freak is the best. Oh, another set of lashes, my Samantha No. 7s. I got these for Christmas last year, and they lasted me so long. These finally bit the dust at some point, I think in the summer, and I had used them so often, and I did repurchase another pair. And that pair has kind of been in my rotation here lately. It's a great style of lash. It's very thick. The band is very durable. It's like a $20 set of lashes, and I don't normally buy lashes that expensive, but if you take care of them, you can get a lot of uses out of them. And I just loved how fluttery these were. They give you the appearance of having a very thick lash line. They're not overly long, but they're just kind of fluttery and wispy at the ends, so they have sort of a natural effect, but still glam. I have used up a Supersizer mascara from CoverGirl. I also went through a Supersizer Fibers. I did have a full review on these and kind of compared them. Ultimately, I feel like both get your lashes to the same point. They're both lengthening, they add volume, they're good about holding a curl on my lashes. This one sometimes builds up a little bit faster, the Fibers, but I don't really feel like I like it that much better than the regular Supersizer. You know, you just get comfortable with a certain mascara, you start loving the way it works for you. The mascara kind of becomes part of you, but I've got news for you. There's another mascara on the market, and I think I'm going to devote a whole video to this. I know this is a total tease here, but there's another mascara that is kind of starting to steal my heart a little bit from the Supersizer. Could I be any more dramatic on this topic? My goodness. I used up an entire Clump Crusher, water resistant, gone through many of these, have repurchased them just like the Supersizers too. Love using this on my lower lashes. I use it on my lower lashes most of the time, although I've recently realized that Supersizer does work fine on the lower lashes as well, so I probably won't be using quite as much Clump Crusher in that area. And this e.l.f. Lengthening and Defining mascara, I think I got one of these and it seemed to be dry like right out of the gate, so this didn't take a lot of uses to make me feel like, oh, that's bit the dust. And then I had a little sample here of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Love that mascara. Haven't really needed to repurchase it because I do have quite a few backups in my collection of that product. The label is entirely worn off, but this is my Jordana Color Envy liquid liner in Black Envy. I've repurchased this. I bought, I think 4 the last time I placed an order on the Jordana website. I mean, it's just one of those things I know I'm going to continue running out of. I know I'm going to need more of. It's the best, like, long-wearing, truly matte black liquid liner. And your tip is just a little, like, brush tip, by the way. Very finely tipped. A few primers I've finished off. My Garnier 5-Second Blur. Whoops. This is a really great product. The consistency is so similar to the Mally Perfect Prep Poreless Primer. It even has a slightly pink tint to it that just makes me think of that product too, but the texture is totally on par with that as well. I really do feel like this has an effect on your pores. It's not the type of primer you would absolutely need to wear like all over your face, but even just around the nose, sides of the nose, wherever your pore problem areas are, or fine line problem areas. This is such a good primer. I would kind of liken it to the effects that you get from the Benefit Porefessional, only it doesn't feel quite as drying on the skin when I apply it. So that's a great product there. I also went through this little MAC Prep and Prime sample. I love this primer. I hadn't used it in any other format beyond just the sample that came with an order not too long ago, and it's very creamy. It's smooth, but it's not like silicone-y slippery compared to like a Smashbox Photo Finish, let's say. But I really like how even that makes my skin feel, and I like that both of these don't make my skin feel too dry. I like primers that smooth me out, even out the texture of my skin, but don't kind of zap the moisture away. I don't like primers that make me too matte before applying a foundation. And then I've got a little Urban Decay primer potion, just as good as Milani eyeshadow primer, so no, I'm not repurchasing that. This one I may repurchase, the Garnier, but it's gonna be a ways down the road if I do that because I've got so many other primers that I need to be using up. Oh, my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist, completely gone. Absolutely love this stuff. This is my favorite setting spray. I feel like I get instant radiance when I just do 3 mists after my makeup. It says 12-hour power, electrolytes, energize, and hydrate the skin. Oil-free, silicone-free, alcohol-free. It is a great setting mist or just skin refreshing type mist. If you want one that you can put on and feel like, yes, my skin just looks quite a bit more radiant afterwards. There are so many setting sprays that I put on and I feel like, you know, the effect is questionable, but this really does a good job. It takes away a powdery finish and just leaves me with a more natural finish, so I'm absolutely repurchasing that. That's available at Walmart. And I went through an Estee Lauder double wear. This is in the shade 2N2 Fresco. It just, you know, there might be a little bit left in there, but I really am having trouble getting it out and it's kind of old anyway. And I do have the backup of that, except I have it in tawny now. That would be my double wear shade, is tawny. And that is all of my empties. A lot of like actual makeup related empties in this one. I've certainly thrown away some different body and shampoo, hair type stuff that I've used up along the way, but I've really tried to make a point to hold on to makeup stuff that I've used up. And I did an okay job of holding on to some of these mask packs, but I'm gonna be even better about that in the future, more conscious of it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna clean up my mess, maybe here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.